A jury has awarded more than $2 million to a former SDG&E supervisor who says that he blew the whistle on unfair bill collection practices.
And Team 10 investigator Michael Chen broke the story of the lawsuit 3 years ago. He is joining us now. Michael, we understand that one juror had a specific reason why SDG&E should pay this hefty punitive damage.
Yeah, very specific. The jury awarded David Bryant a hefty sum in punitive damages, which are meant to punish and correct behavior. SDG&E says the fight is not over.
In the end, I feel vindicated.
A calm David Bryant talked about the more than $2 million message delivered by a jury, including $1.3 million in punitive damages against SDG&E.
The money was more important than the public, and that's where we ended up here.
Back in 2011, the former longtime billing supervisor told Team 10 when he complained about unfair billing practices, he was fired. Bryant says in 2008, company managers began focusing on the delinquent notices, in which ratepayers can legally be charged $9 for the mandated hand deliveries. With a mountain of outstanding bills and only a few dozen collection crews, he says workers were told to zero in on certain areas like central San Diego. He says high-income homes were given a break because they were more spread out. Reaching them was less cost-effective. His attorneys also argued the notices were routinely delivered without even a knock at the door, against state regulations. SDG&E contended Bryant was fired for his performance, including his treatment of coworkers, but jurors did not buy it. Rose Hamler calls the billing practices suspect.
I think they were pulling a fast one. We are the public, and that's the voices of the public that they heard today.
Bryant and his attorney Dan Gillian say they hope the decision will lead to changes at the utility.
At one point, the SDG&E attorney said, "We don't disagree with you," when our expert said this violates the PUC tariff. So I think this is a victory for employees at SDG&E, and it's a victory for the ratepayers.
In a statement, SDG&E says it strongly disagrees with the outcome of the trial and we plan to appeal, adding the decision to fire Bryant was made after a comprehensive investigation of allegations that he conducted himself at work in a manner that violated company policies. We did ask the utility if any of the billing practices in question are still being used. In the last few minutes, they emailed us and said all collection practices are in compliance. If SDG&E loses the appeal, it will be shareholders, not ratepayers, who pay the millions. Michael Chen, 10 News.